Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best rain boots.
Starting at number 5.
HUK Men's. While they are not the best-known deck boots, our testers found that the HUK Rogue Wave boots outperformed some of the most popular deck boots, especially in their comfort tests. The HUK boots were reliably comfortable for hours of heavy use, with their cushioned and supportive midsole, and featured a better tread pattern for multi-surface traction. These boots had a few minor issues. We found these boots, like all the low boots in our test, were a little fiddly to get on, and the outsole tends to hold onto dirt and small rocks, making the boots hard to clean. These are not a go-to pick for severe weather but are perfect for lighter rain, runs to the mailbox in a rainstorm, and less intense conditions. Overall, these boots were a top choice when we headed out on chores and errands around town. Another deck boot option is the Stratoff 6-inch ankle deck boot or the Bogs Kicker Chelsea Neo. If you're looking for a rain boot with a little more kick, you might check out the Muk boot company Arctic Sport.
Coming at number 4.
Blundstone BL 1351. If you want your rain boots to do double duty, to keep your feet dry in the wet and look good, the Blundstone Thermal Chelsea is a great choice. Its cozy sheep's wool insoles and Thinsulate lining will keep your feet warm despite chilly weather, and they perfectly balance between work boot, with their heavy-duty outsole and seam-sealed leather, and stylish boot, with their premium handcrafted leather. The only drawback to these boots is that they're not as tall as some of the other options in our test. If you need a boot with a shaft higher than 10 inches, this boot is not going to cut it. Otherwise, if you're looking for a stylish boot with few drawbacks, the Blundstone Thermal is the way to go. If you're looking for a casual, around-town boot but can't quite swing the price of the Blundstone, you might like the Kamik Lars Low.
At number 3.
The original Muck. The original Muck boot company Arctic Sport takes inclement weather seriously. They are a workhorse of a boot, neoprene-wrapped and warm enough for extreme conditions, and they had some of the best traction of any boot we've tested. The high shaft and tighter calf on these boots make us feel confident when sloshing through cold water. Nothing is getting in these babies. We love the Arctic Sport boots, but they're quite uncomfortable when you're just strolling around town on a warm fall day. Our feet began to sweat immediately when we wore them in temperatures above 40 degrees Fahrenheit. While the tighter shaft keeps the warm air in, you'll have to reach down to put them on and take them off. Most people do not need a boot as burly as these, and we would not recommend them to everyone. However, if you spend lots of time in truly harsh conditions, heavy rain, driving snow, and freezing temperatures, this boot is top dog. For a more comfortable boot that's easy to pull on and off, take a look at the Bogs Classic Ultra High.
Number 2 of my list.
Baffin Enduro Men's. Close your eyes and imagine yourself wearing a rain boot. You're probably picturing something similar to the Baffin Enduro. With a height of 16.25 inches, the Enduro's rubber shaft and solidly lugged outsole will keep you warm and dry in even the wettest and worst conditions. Because of their large circumference, you can easily slip into and out of these boots, and their price-to-performance ratio is unbeatable. The Enduro is uninsulated, so you'll want to wear thick socks in cold weather. We don't love the included insoles, so if you're going to be wearing these often, we recommend finding a more structured insole. We could happily spend entire days wearing these boots once we mastered our sock and insole game. They even kept us comfortable throughout a 14-hour workday. We recommend this boot if you want the best price and don't need the most deluxe insulated option. If you want an affordable insulated boot, take a look at the Kamik Icebreaker.
And number 1.
Bogs Men's Workman. Of all the boots tested, the Bogs Workman boots were among our favorites. They're nearly perfect, as shown by our metrics. They ranked near the top tier for comfort, traction, and warmth. We appreciate all the little details wrapped up in this pair, the heel collars, the modular insoles, and the handy heel studs that allowed us to kick them off after a long day. With heavy-duty lugs and a supportive insole, these boots are comfortable enough to wear even for long periods. While the first model we tested, over a year ago, had some waterproofing issues. This latest version appears to have resolved those issues. One of our favorite features on the Workman boots may be a deal-breaker for some. It has a collar sewn into the boot that wraps around the Achilles tendon and holds it in place. While we enjoy the security the heel lock setup gives us, some may find it uncomfortable. It should also be noted that these boots are not comfortable in warm weather, above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, as their heat-retaining capabilities make them quite warm. All in all, these would be it if we could only have one pair of rain boots. We also like the original Muck Boot Company Wetland, which scored higher for weather protection, although we found them a hair less comfortable.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.